Welcome to another exciting edition of Midnight Chillers on location at the beautiful Santa Maria Cemetery. Last week we played Riddler Shuffle Horrors. This week we're playing another Roger Corman film called Wasp Woman, which is the heartwarming story of a pharmaceutical cosmetic person trying to live forever. It's part of the... Try to explain this. My mind went... Anyway, so the point of it is that it's a metaphor about how women are, like, the younger ones are always more... How do I say this?
Start over?
No, I'm good. So, when women get to a certain age, they're no longer considered valuable by men in society. So, like, women have to fight, be young forever. So this woman is doing that by using controversial methods, which result in monstrous results. I'm not gonna do a retake. I'm going full ground into this one. It's hot out here. Give a shout out to Crimson Execution on Sluggo Gonzalez from the Vortex. Love you guys. Anyway, so the next movie is about a cosmetic woman who tries to be young forever, ends up becoming a monster. I don't know if that's a metaphor for something, I don't know. Roger Corman movies were always like that. He was a thinker. He's a thinker.
Not white Anglo-Saxon Protestant woman.
White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Yeah. So they remade this one back in the late 90s, early 2000s, I think. And the chick who played the punk rock girl in Nightmare on Elm Street 3, I forgot her name. She played the remake of that one. And that one, she was just killing people. She was just flat out killing people in brutal ways. It was the same premise, it was a little more graphic. This one was a little bit more tame. One day I might be able to get the rights and play the remake. In the meantime, enjoy this one. Let's see what else we're going to talk about. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the whole idea of censorship in TV. Which is something that I laugh at nowadays. Because when I was a kid, the only way I get to see movies like Darkman or Total Recall or RoboCop was on ABC movie nights, Die Hard. So then they would cut out all the cursing. And then you'd hear things like, you gosh darn melon farming astronauts, you filthy animals. You are a filthy animal. And then it's like, then you grow up with that, and then when I got a little bit older, I go to the video store and I rent these same movies. Like, oh my god. So I don't know why people do that, but there was this whole thing called Clean Flicks back in the day. It was like this Mormon company. They would take movies like Saving Private Ryan or Kill Bill or Big Lebowski, and they would take these movies and they cut out all the bad stuff and resell them to people. And then the Directors Guild in California got wind of this and tried to stop them, saying that it was offensive or something. And I was thinking, like, why? They do it for TV. They do it for, like, planes. You go on a plane on a long trip and they play a movie. They play the censored version because they don't want to upset the people. So I don't understand why people made a big deal about Clean Flicks. I don't know, but it's kind of funny. Mormons are funny.
This plane is PG.
This TV show is rated MA for graphic violence and adult language. I'm having fun. I got my brain all over the place. It's hot. Anyway, so that's enough of my blah blah blah. I went on a rant for too long. So we're gonna get into the movie. I'm gonna be back in the middle to talk more about Roger Corman's movies and stuff. So, auf Wiedersehen.
get nasty, my little friend. Your puppy is not going to hurt you one bit. Just relax and sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. And in the morning, you'll find yourselves in your new home. Eh, my pets?
Good morning, Doc. What you got there?
Ivan, I found some new friends. Listen.
Wasps? You better be careful. They can sting a man to death.
Don't worry, we understand each other. They know who their friend is. They can tell.
Yeah, but they know when you ain't, too.
Nonsense. If you knew about wasps what I know, you'd have no fear of them, my boy. No fear.
Hey, you! Give us a hand here.
Hello there, Mr. Barker. Yeah, surprised to see you out here in the field, sir. How are things running at the front office?
Smooth as honey, Renfro. I see here you turned in over 1,000 pounds of orange blossom honey and 400 of beeswax last month, Renfro. Congratulations. You've made the top of the list again.
Thank you, sir.
Holiday honey needs your kind of man, Renfro. You stay with it, and I can see a bright future for you with the company.
Well, I do try to do my best, Mr. Barker. I try to take my inspiration from the bees. Always busy, busy, busy.
Yes. What about this fellow, Dr. Zinthrop?
Zinthrop? Boy, there's a nut. Him and his bees. You know, it wouldn't surprise me someday to see him flapping his arms, taking off after some queen bee with the rest of the drones.
Huh? Well, he's paid to do research on royal jelly. Haven't had a progress report from him in a month.
Well, he has a little workshop up there back of the orange grove. Keeps a few colonies.
I suppose I better go up there and take a look. Hey, you! Where's this fellow Zinthrop?
Oh, he's up where the extractor is, up there.
Hey. This isn't a honeybee. These are wasps.
Wasps? Who's responsible for this?
Most likely Dr. Zinthrop, sir. I told you he was a crackpot.
Zinthrop, huh? Zinthrop. Winthrop! Winthrop! Now, look here, Winthrop. What's all this nonsense about wasps?
I'm so glad you dropped in, Mr. Barker. Mr. Barker, I'm on the verge of a great discovery.
Discovery? What do you mean?
Well, sir, I almost perfected a new method of extracting royal jelly from the queen wasp.
According to my figures, you're better at extracting funds from the company. Now, look here, Winthrop. Over $1,000 last month for miscellaneous.
Yes, I know. But, Mr. Barker, let me just show you something. Just let me show you something. Already, I've learned to slow the process of aging. Soon, I shall be able to reverse it entirely.
What are you getting at, Winthrop?
Look, what do you see?
See a big dog and a little dog.
Let's say an old dog and a young dog.
All right. So what?
Well, they're exactly the same age. You see, the little one, Greta, has been given regular injections of my compound from the queen wasp.
Just like I told you, Mr. Barker.
Look here, Winthrop. I understand about science and progress and all that, but you were attained to extract queen bee royal jelly. Now, it's a health food, a cosmetic. It's not a miracle drug or an elixir of youth. That sort of thing is impossible.
Oh, but Mr. Parker...
Winthrop, I'm sorry, Winthrop, but I'm going to have to let you go. You just don't seem to be one of the team. You understand. Good luck. I'm sure you'll fit in somewhere.
Fit in somewhere. Oh, now, don't worry, my friend. We shall find a home somehow, somewhere. Oh, but you sound impatient. I know. It's your babies, huh? They're hungry and they must be fed. Now, how would you like a nice, juicy little caterpillar, huh? You'd like that, wouldn't you? There. Now, you must eat them. Be strong because, well, a lot of work to do together. Yes, sir. A lot of work.
As you can see, gentlemen, sales for the last fiscal quarter have dropped 14.5%. There has not been a corresponding drop in our competitor sales. I trust one of you gentlemen has a satisfactory explanation for this decline. Not one little suggestion, gentlemen. We'll start with you, Thompson. As public relations manager, no doubt you have some faint glimmering of what's happening to Starlin Products. Well, Thompson?
Well, you see, I
had no idea you were such an excellent public speaker, Thompson.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Starlin. I guess I'm not feeling very well this morning.
I'm sorry you aren't.
I think I can tell you why Starlin products are falling off so badly, Miss Starlin.
We're listening, Lane. Where would you put the responsibility for this decline?
On you, Miss Starlin.
I imagine you have arguments to support that contention.
We've all been looking at it for the past 20 minutes. The most convincing argument is right on that graph. May I show you? Thank you. Now, right here in April is when Starlin sales started falling off.
Very clever of you, Lane.
Would you mind waiting until I finish, Miss Starlin?
That's enough, Lane.
Relax, Willis. My apologies for the interruption. Go on.
Thank you. Now, as I said, sales began to fall in April. But the reason for the fall was back here in February. Starlin products have always been thought of as something of a modern miracle in the cosmetics trade. A firm built to a multi-million-dollar-a-year business on the strength and appeal of one person, Janice Starlin. From the beginning, right through until February of this year, only one woman's face was used to advertise those products. Your face, Miss Starlin. The public have come to accept you as a symbol. Well, now, after 16 years, they see a different face. They don't trust it. They feel cheated. The simple fact is that Starlin Cosmetics should have Janice Starlin's picture advertising them. Well, that's about all I've got to say.
A darn good job of saying it, too.
I agree. Lane makes a lot of sense on that score, Miss Starlin.
I think I've had enough flattery for one morning, gentlemen. It was a very convincing argument, Lane.
There's a Mr. Zinthrop to see Miss
There's
Starlin.
only one small factor you've overlooked. Not even Janice Starlin can remain a glamour girl forever.
Miss Starlin,
Yes, Mary.
there's a Mr. Zinthrop in reception. He says he has an appointment.
Thank you. Well, this has been a very informative get-together. That'll be all for now. Oh, Arthur,
Yes, Miss Starlin.
I'd like to see you in my office, please.
Sure, Miss Starlin. Take it easy, Hotshot. Something on your mind, Miss Starlin?
You've done some work on royal jelly, haven't you?
A little.
Are there any real therapeutic values in it?
Well, I'd say so. Of course, a lot depends on each individual's reaction to the stuff.
What do you mean?
It's just that no two people react in precisely the same way. One man's meat's another man's poison.
Oh. But you think royal jelly can be beneficial in some cases?
Queen Bee's said a lot of store by it.
I'll accept that as an affirmative answer. Supposing a more powerful form of royal jelly could be obtained. From the queen wasp, for example. I mean, well, do you suppose that might have some rejuvenating effect on a human being?
I'd stay away from wasps if I were you, Miss Starlin. Socially, the queen wasp is on a level with the black widow spider. They're both carnivorous. They paralyze their victims and then take their time devouring them alive. They kill their mates in the same way, too. Strictly a one-sided romance.
Well, I'm not exactly interested in the love life of the queen wasp. I want your opinion on the possibilities of using enzyme extracts from royal wasp jelly, commercially.
Well, if you want an honest opinion, Miss Starlin,
Of course I want an honest opinion.
then my advice is forget about it.
Thank you, Arthur.
Anytime, Miss Starlin.
Have Mr. Zinthrop come in.
Yes, Miss Starlin. You can go in now, sir.
Oh. It's about time.
Janice Starlin Enterprises.
Miss Starlin?
Yes. How do you do? I'm afraid I won't be able to give you much time, Mr. Zinthrop.
But it is I who give you the time, Miss Starlin. Oh, yes. Plenty of time I give you. 10, maybe 15 years I give you.
I want you to understand one thing very clearly, Mr. Zinthrop. I expect absolute proof of what you claimed in your letter. Tangible proof, not words.
Such proof you shall get, madame. And more. But I think I better show you in the laboratory, yes?
All right.
Look.
They look terrible. Why don't you put them out of their misery?
Madame, you ask for proof. Please be kind enough to look at proof you ask for. May I proceed? Thank you. Come, little dirty. In a few minutes, madame, you shall see a miracle you shall not believe. Oh, no tricks. You may look if you like. I have no tricks. Well, don't look at me. I'm not changing. I see you do not believe one animal, so I bring two. I show you again, yes?
Yes, I must be sure.
Yes, madame. Darling, does my secret have interest for you, yes?
What are your terms, Mr. Zinthrop?
First, I must have a laboratory equipped with everything I need for my research. If we're successful, well, I ask for a little percentage. But I must get full credit for my discovery. That is most important to me.
I'll have Gordon draw out the contracts.
Oh, contracts. Contracts I do not need. You give me your word. Good enough for me.
You amaze me. Frankly, when I received your letter, I thought you were just another eccentric. But there was always a chance you might not be. Then you walk in here and show me nothing short of a miracle. 2 miracles. And you say that you'll accept my word that I won't cheat you.
You won't. I know you're a good woman, even if you do not like other people to know it. However, my formula may not be good for human beings. I have not tested yet.
You will on me.
Oh, no. There might be danger.
Those are my terms, Mr. Zinthrop. Janice Starlin will be your next guinea pig.
Very well. Though it may take a little time to prepare sufficient extract. A week, maybe more.
I'll make whatever arrangements you may need for your equipment.
Thank you, madame. Now I see how you're built. All this?
I'm very close to losing it, Mr. Zinthrop. Maybe working together we can save Janice Starlin Enterprises. Maybe even make it bigger than ever before.
Yes.
I'm sure the next 3 months we'll see a rise in Starlin sales that will surpass anything we've dared imagine. Mr. Zinthrop is working on the final stages of a development that will revolutionize the cosmetic industry. He's to have a free hand in his experiments and will be answerable to no one but myself. At the moment, I cannot divulge the nature of Mr. Zinthrop's experiments, but I can assure you it will bring worldwide recognition to Janice Starlin Enterprises.
Must be the granddaddy of all confidence men to take in a gal like Starlin. Why doesn't somebody wise her up?
Like you, for instance? Bill, what makes you think Winthrop really isn't on the level? After all, we don't even know what he's working on. It could be very legitimate.
You're as bad as she is. Oh, women.
Men. Every time you're stuck to an answer, you always come up with women. You're not getting out of this one so easily. I'd like to know why you think Winthrop really hasn't got something.
Well, you can call it male intuition if you like. It's just that there's something about this whole business that doesn't smell right. The private laboratory, the secret experiments, Winthrop himself. The only thing that's missing is a genie with a lamp.
You better leave the intuition to me. Come on. I'll let you buy me dinner.
Buy you dinner? What's happened to your sporting blood? I thought we were going to toss for the check.
Oh, no. You won the last 3 times.
All right, look, I'll make a deal with you. Dinner is on me if you promise to keep an eye on what goes on in there.
What do you want me to do? Read her mail and send you messages and keep her code?
You could do worse.
Oh, no, Mr. Cooper, not you, too.
I've been trying to tell Bright Eyes here that I think Winthrop is a phony and a confidence man.
If I were sure of that, I wouldn't be worried. I think he's a lot more dangerous. A quack.
Well, I don't follow you, Coop.
Well, a confidence man would just be interested in your money. The only damage they can do is to your pocketbook.
So I says to him, I says, listen, Irving, I'm getting sick of this TV every night. I mean, you know, we can do the same thing in a nightclub. Well, almost. Good morning. Janice Starlin Enterprises. I got 2 words for you. Drop dead. Twice. Irving calls me to tell me Dr. Cyclops is on Channel 9 tonight. Crust. I've seen it twice already.
Good morning. Is Miss Darlin in her office now?
Miss Starlin's in conference. Would you like to speak to her secretary?
Oh, no. Just say to Miss Darlin I should like to see her when she has time, huh?
Yes. Was there something else, Mr. Winthrop?
Oh, no. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye. What a character. A regular 2-eyed Dr. Cyclops. Even the bow. Good morning. May I see Miss Zodling, please? He's a real weirdie. Wonder what his game is. Who cares? You know, Morton thinks he's a crackpot. I heard him telling Cooper so. Old Bug Eyes really has the execs worried. But what? That's just it. They don't know. Oh. So anyway, back to Irving.
Good morning, Miss Darling. Good morning.
Good morning. I couldn't get away any sooner. Is it important?
Miss Darlin, do you remember the big cat I showed you last week? No?
What about it?
Well, I want you to look at him. Come.
No.
Quite a difference, yes?
That's incredible. Say, Mark.
It's a cat.
You're young again. Can you realize what that means? You're a kitten again. Your whole life to live over. How does it feel?
I think perhaps you'll be able to find out for yourself, Miss Darling. Today will be your first injection. Come. Sit down, please.
What is it, Gleason? I sent you a memo. Mr. Zinthrop has carte blanche to order anything he requires. It is no concern of yours, Gleason. Make out a check for the full amount.
Sue? Mary. Can I talk to Mr. Lane a minute? Bill? Hey, listen. Gleason just got a bill for $2,300. Zinthrop. Enzyme extract.
Yes, we are making progress. There's great improvement in the tissue.
Why is it taking so long? It's the 3rd week.
You forget, my dear, there's more to you than a little kitten, no? Besides, there's a difference in metabolism.
Why not increase the dosage? Wouldn't that step up the process?
Patience, my dear, patience. We must tread lightly, with care. Your arm, please. You know, I've been experimenting with a concentrated solution of the enzymes. Oh, a great deal more powerful than the solution I've been using in your injection.
Oh?
Yes. And I think it will be better for lotions. As an emollient lotion, it'll make estrogenic creams and all such products old-fashioned. My dear, Stalin will be world famous, bringing youth to millions.
You're right, Zinthrop. There are going to be a few red faces in my advertising department.
But I am right. Why, your own mirror will tell you that I am right. Why, you look at least 5 years younger than you looked 3 weeks ago.
I know.
Will you let me talk to Bill a minute, Sue? Thanks. Bill, I think I've got it. Yeah, I'm a nervous wreck. At lunch.
You'll have to translate for me, Coop. I'm not very good at that technical stuff.
Pseudo-technical. Mr. Zinthrup's a very capable confidence man, from what I read in this letter. He claims he can stimulate the processes of rejuvenation through the use of enzymes extracted from wasps.
Oh, for...
Well, what are you two Sherlocks going to do about it?
Right now, I don't know.
Frankly, I'm getting tired of the whole business. That woman's so intent on holding back time, she's ready to fall for the first phony line she hears. Wasps.
Bill.
Face the facts, Mary. Janice Starland has built her whole life on youth and beauty. Now that she's losing them, she's scared to death. Right now, she's on cloud 9 with that quack Zinthrop that I'd hate to be around when she comes back down to earth.
Well, maybe we can let her down easy. I think we owe her that much.
Yeah. Well, what are we going to do?
Well,
we can't just
we're the middle ground guys.
And then knock the props out from
The part of the movie where we take a little break to talk about things that concern us and make us think.
Something we can do before it's too late.
This is making me think. Stephen pointed this out to me. They're laughing at it. There's a hospital right there, doctor's office right there. There's a mortuary right there, and the cemetery right here.
Find out.
So it's like everything's in the area, so everything you need. One-stop shop for everything. Isn't that funny? Anyway, so the idea of death is kind of crazy to me because, like, people, like, get all worked up over death and like, what am I gonna do when I die, or what am I gonna do when my family dies? Do we cremate them? Do we bury them? Do we put them in a space capsule and turn them into a comet flying back to Earth? I don't know. Try not to think about it. Even though I am in a cemetery, so it's kind of morbid. But this is just because we don't have the studio anymore because of COVID. That's right. So Roger Corman is pretty much like the godfather of Grindhouse in the 50s and 60s. He just made movies. And he would just do movie after movie after movie, and like he just became like a machine, just like cranking these things out. And that was the way the business worked back in like the early part of the 20th century, like 1910, 1915, up until the 20s. They were just making movies after movie, and they would have, before they introduced sound, they would have like a piano player, and then they had something like in Japan they had Da Vinci, which I talked about before. So they had Da Vinci in Japan, and then they had the piano player everywhere else, and they have like people interacting, and it was fun. It was a group experience, which is what made it work so well. And this is why, I think like if they could bring that back, because they had like fandom events, which is cool. Where like you pay X amount and you get to see a movie you don't see normally. You get to see that in the big screen. Coming up in a few weeks, in October, here in Santa Maria, they're doing House of a Thousand Corpses, which is one of my favorite movies. I think it came out at the wrong time because it came out right after the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. So everybody started comparing it to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it got a bum rap, even though it's totally different. It's a completely different movie. It's an original, interesting idea. I mean, it's like, it's not just teenagers who get in the woods having sex and then a guy in a mask killing them. It's about a demented family. And then there isn't a guy in a mask with a chainsaw. There's all these different people living in this house, and they're all, whoo, and it's great. I love it. I'll defend that movie and all Rob Zombie movies. I defend them all because I love Rob Zombie's work. He's one of my heroes. He's a cool guy. So anyway, I lost train of thought again. Where was that, Stephen?
We're in the middle of someplace.
We're in the middle of this...
Wasp Woman.
Wasp Woman. Yes, that's the movie we're playing tonight. Wasp Woman. Which is cool, because then she's done... I think by this point she's probably turning into the monster. And then she's probably getting revenge. Which is cool. I like the 50s monsters. They're interesting. Because they're a lot scarier black and white. And a lot scarier back then. And you see them now and then everything's computer animated and looks all digital and blah, 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 blah. It's annoying. I don't know. I like the monsters. I like practical effects. I think most people do too, because like we've had so much movies where it's all digital and it looks really lame, and everybody got tired of it, so they're going back to like look at the Alien vs Predator movie back in 2004. That was 90% of that was practical effects, and it worked better. You actually had like guys in costumes like beating each other up as Alien and Predators. And but then there are certain things that you couldn't do with computer animation that you could. I mean, there's certain things you could do with computer animation that you couldn't do with practical effects. Like in Land of the Dead, my favorite was like the priest zombie, where like his head was hanging down here, attached by like a vein, and then he just goes like, and the head flies like that and bites the guy in the arm. I don't know, Steve, you didn't see that one, did you? I can tell by your voice, you're like...
No, it doesn't sound like my cup of tea.
Yeah, Land of the Dead was a good movie. Like I said, that one, I can understand them doing, like, mixing animation and practical effects. You can marry the two, but don't just do all one or the other. Use all the tricks of the trade. Anyway, back to the movie.
going to keep this letter for a day or two.
Wait a minute. Suppose she finds out it's gone. I'm the only one with access to that desk. She'll know I took it.
Well, that's a chance you have to take, Mary.
I think we can be pretty sure that Coop knows what he's doing, honey.
Oh, come on, young lovers.
What is it, Maureen?
It is you, Miss Darling.
Of course it's me. Who did you think it was?
You look so different.
Finish your nails. Maureen.
Hmm?
I think your phone is ringing.
Oh, yes, Miss Darling. Good morning. Janice Darlin Enterprises.
Janice Darlin Enterprises is about to start on the most widespread publicity campaign in the history of the cosmetic industry. Our slogan will be, Return to Youth with Janice Darlin. When Mr. Zinthrop arrives, there will be a press interview, and all questions regarding the rejuvenation process will be referred to him. That'll be all for now, gentlemen.
It's amazing.
Oh, it's wonderful.
You look marvelous.
I said that will be all for now, gentlemen. Good morning. Oh, not you, Mary. Wait a moment, please.
Yes, Miss Dollar.
Isn't it wonderful? It's a miracle. A wonderful, incredible miracle.
We were so worried about you. We really thought you were in danger. We even went to plotting how to rescue you from Mr. Zinthrop. It all seems so silly. It seems ridiculous.
Oh, Mary. Mary, how old do I look? Tell me. How old? How old do I look? Tell me. How old?
23, maybe 22.
That's how old I was when I started Janice Starlin Enterprises. Do you realize what that means? I'm back where I started, 18 years ago, with what it took 18 years to accomplish. It's like a dream.
A bunch of quacks were treating people with monkey glands. Seemed to work for a while, and then the deterioration set in.
That's awful. Do you think that will happen to Jan?
I don't know. If I could just get inside of his lab and run a breakdown on what he's using.
Mrs. Zinthrop! Mr. Zinthrop? Mr. Zinthrop? you to find him, Mr. Hellman. I don't care what it costs.
We'll find him, all right. Sooner or later, we find them all.
Time is vital, Mr. Hellman. Every hour he's gone, it means more than you can possibly imagine.
Well, you haven't given me very much to go on. No home address, no former employer, no phone. This is just like starting from scratch.
Mr. Zinthrop wasn't a conventional employee. He didn't go through regular personnel.
Uh-huh. You say he came here about a month ago. Well, how did he come here, Miss Starlin? He just didn't walk in off the street, did he?
The letter. Right here in my drawer.
Maybe, one of the other drawers.
So that's what she meant.
What who meant? Miss Starlin. The letter's been taken, and you think you know who took it, is that right?
My secretary, Miss Tennyson.
You got her address handy?
Her phone number.
It might be better if I busted in on her cold. This way she'll have a chance to prepare a story.
I know what I'm doing.
All right.
Mary? Janice Starlin.
Before I went to lunch, I made a duplicate copy of Mr. Zintrop's letter. I was going to take that one to Bill and Mr. Cooper at first, but then I thought that the original would be better.
Have you got the copy?
Yes, it's in my desk.
Get that copy, Miss Dennison. 946 West 73rd Street, Manhattan. Yeah, that's right. Get right on it, Jerry, and check back with me as soon as you can. Yeah. Oh. You're sure he's our boy? Uh-huh.
Is he?
Central emergency. Mm-hmm. Right. Well, it looks like we've got him. There's a John Doe down at Central Emergency, auto accident. There's no identification on him, but he was wearing a lab smock and filled Zinthrop's description.
Mary, get my coat and Lane, get a cab downstairs. Is he badly hurt?
Head injury, general contusion to the body. He's had a severe injury, and there's definite brain damage. Just how much, we can't tell as yet.
How long before you'll know?
It's hard to say, Miss Starlin.
Who's the best man for this kind of injury?
Well, there's several top specialists.
Get the best. I'll take full responsibility for the expenses.
Yes, Miss Starlin.
I don't know, Arthur. I think it best we wait.
It's been 3 days since the accident, Jan. And no sign of improvement. He's still in a coma. You heard what the doctor said. He may never regain consciousness. And even if he does, who knows how badly his brain has been damaged.
Well, I'll give it another 48 hours. If he doesn't regain consciousness by then, well, you can take over the laboratory, Arthur.
Janet.
It's my decision.
Incredible. Right in front of our noses. We can't have used it all. I could run a qualitative analysis.
Always goes on a fritz right in the middle of a good program.
Campaign in the history of cosmetic advertising. Every newspaper and magazine in the country will be flooded with our new slogan, Return to Youth with Janice Starlin.
Excuse me, Miss Starlin.
What is it, Thompson?
I think we should be a little conservative, Miss Starlin. Cosmetics are one thing, medications another. We're liable to run into trouble.
Yes. All advertising copy will be cleared through your office.
Well, it's a touchy business, you know.
Max is right, Miss Starlin.
Don't have to second the motion, Lane. I want one thing understood very clearly now, gentlemen. Janice Starlin Enterprises is going to bring the most fantastically saleable product ever developed by modern cosmetics to the public. And I don't intend to be restricted by timidity on the part of my own staff. Is that clear? Are you all right, Miss Starlin? Just a little headache, Mary. I'm fine.
Can I get you something?
I'm all right. I'm all right. Thank you.
I have some aspirin in my purse.
It's all right, Mary. Well, that'll be all for now, gentlemen.
Hi.
Hi, sweetie. Gee, I sure hope they give the girls working at Starlin first crack at that new stuff. Imagine being 18 again. I guess if it can take 15 years off Starlin, it can take 10 off you. What do you mean 10? Face it, honey. This is Maureen you're talking to. Yeah? Well, if I were you, I'd take a double dose. Then maybe Irving wouldn't watch television so much. So who says he looks at it? I can't imagine what else he does. Forget it. Say, did Cooper come in yet? Mm-mm. Missed a board meeting this morning. I bet Starlin's having a fit. He should worry. Uh-oh. See you later. Bye, honey.
Hi, pretty puss. You know where, Miss Starlin's office is?
Suite number 1.
La-dee-da, the Duchess of Flatbush herself.
How'd you like to have this phone wrapped around your ear, wise guy?
It's more like it, sister. Suite number 1.
Thanks. Miss Starlin,
Oh, what is it, Mary?
is there anything I can do?
Yes. Is Mr. Zinthrop's room ready?
Uh-huh. The nurse is fixing the emergency equipment now, and the ambulance is due any minute.
Be sure to let me know when it arrives. Oh, Mary, please, before you go, could you see if you could work that thing?
Oh, sure. I've seen lots of these.
Simple enough. That'll be all, Mary. Thank you. We've had a room especially made over for you, Mr. Zinthrop. And Miss Warren has a room adjoining yours, so there'll be someone near you at all times.
Thank you. Thank you.
When you're feeling better, Mr. Zinthrop, there are a few things I'd like to discuss with you.
Good, good.
We'll do everything we can to make you comfortable, Mr. Zinthrop. I'm going to spend the nights here in my office. So if anything develops, I'll be on hand.
Thank you. Thank you. Stop. Only there's something. I must tell you. Something important. But I cannot remember.
I'm sure it can wait. Right now, the main thing is to get you back to health. Take good care of him, Miss Warren.
Yes, Miss Darling.
Sure is funny about old Coop.
And this is one day of work and you're ready to call missing person.
Well, he's a pretty conscientious guy, honey. If he felt sick or something, he'd have called in.
Relax. He'll probably be in bright and chipper in the morning.
Interrupting something?
Oh, we were just having a little coffee clutch, Miss Starlin. We were talking about Mr. Cooper.
What about Mr. Cooper?
Well, about his missing the meeting this morning. Nobody's been able to reach him all day.
I wouldn't worry about that. Mr. Cooper's been here a long time. Probably feels he's entitled to take a day for himself now and then.
That's what I've been trying to tell Mr. Lane.
Oh, by the way, Miss Starlin, how is Mr. Zinthrop?
Oh, fine. In a few days, we'll start the layouts for the campaign.
Oh, I'm ready when you are, boss.
Look those over.
Hey, Bill.
Huh?
Don't go getting any ideas about the boss.
Well, me? Don't be silly. I just wanted to know that I'm an eager member of the team.
Here in Chino, there's two.
that? What?
Here, lie back now. You just had a bad dream. Lie down now.
Oh,
Go to sleep.
Such horrible sound. Like a nightmare.
It's a bad dream. Lie down. Just a dream.
Tell Mr. Green that personnel is his responsibility. I have other things to think about than worrying whether the night watchman walked off the job.
Well, that's just it, Miss Starlin. Mr. Green feels that the watchman never left the building. His lunch pail and his raincoat are still in the basement.
I don't want to hear anything more about it, Mary.
All right, Miss Starlin.
We'll use these.
Fine.
She swears she heard a scream from one of the other floors. Zinthrop heard it too, but she convinced him he was having a bad dream.
Oh, maybe they both were.
That's not funny anymore, Mary. There's something going on in that building. And I'm going to find out what it is.
How?
Have a look around Cooper's lab, for one thing. After that, I don't know.
Hold it steady.
Phil, this is crazy. We can really get in trouble.
I won't tie this, Warren, but it is important.
All right, Miss Starlin. I'll be in my room.
Zinthrop. Zinthrop, you've got to help me. Something's happening. Something's happening to me. I can't control it.
There is something I must remember, but I can't.
Try to think. The wasp enzymes. The extracts you were experimenting with before the accident. Try to think.
Well, this is Zinthrop's notebook, Mary. Notes on his experiments with Jan.
Well, how did Cooper get hold of it?
I don't know. If only Coop would show up. Mary, look.
It's Mr. Cooper's pipe.
Don't you get it? He's going to go out without his pants and leave that pipe behind. He's still somewhere in the building. I bet a year's salary on it.
If he is.
He's dead. And the night watchman.
There's only enough left for one more injection. One more. You've got to make more, Zinthrop. Help me, Zinthrop.
Please, my head, oh, my head.
Zinthrop, help me!
Oh, what?
Help me!
Is he asleep?
I don't know.
Phil, don't touch him.
If anybody knows what's behind all this, it's him. Mr. Zinthrop.
Bill. Look at...
And everything else are still in there. She wouldn't go out without her purse.
Bill, let's get out of here. I don't like it.
I can't. Cat. Must warn her.
Mr. Zinthrop.
Who are you?
Well, there's nothing to be alarmed about, Mr. Zinthrop. I'm Bill Lane, and this is Miss Dennison, Miss Starlin's secretary.
Miss Starlin. The cat.
What about a cat?
Must warn her. Injections. Must not take any more injections.
Is Miss Darlin in danger?
Terrible danger. I must...
Take it easy, Mr. Zinthrop. You're still pretty weak. Mary, see if you can get Jan on the phone.
All right. All right.
There's no answer. Oh, Miss Darlin?
Is that you, Mary?
Where are you? We're in the building. We're in Mr. Zinthrop's room. Something's happened down here.
Here, let me talk to her. Hello, Miss Starlin. This is Lane.
Why are you and Mary still in the building?
I myself. I'm
Don't let him get up,
responsible.
Mary.
I myself. I must not
I
hold
can't
me
explain
back.
now, Miss Starlin.
I must go.
Hang on to her.
I must help. You must not hold me back.
Don't worry, Mr. Zinthrop. We won't let anything happen to Miss Darlin.
Hello. Hello, Miss Starlin.
What's going on down there?
Stay in your office. I'll be right up. Keep an eye on Zinthrop, honey. I'm going upstairs.
Oh, no. The insect. The insect.
Take it easy, Mr. Zinthrop.
You do not understand. Miss Darling, she's in danger. I must warn her.
Look, I'll have to stay here. You go for Jan.
Okay.
When you get up there, call the police. You can't get outside on this phone.
All right. I'll hurry.
Not the police. Not the police.
What is it, Mary?
Darlin, please. Will you please call the police?
What for?
Look, I don't have time to...
Mary! I'm sorry I had to do that. There's no time for hysteria. Now, what is this?
The enzymes. The enzymes. They've gone crazy.
Sure, Mr. Zinthrop. Now, you just relax and take it easy. Everything will be all right. We'll take care of those, whatever
You do not
call them.
understand. You do not understand that girl. You shouldn't have sent her upstairs. She's in danger. You must stop her before it is too late.
Okay, as soon as the cops get here, we'll take
Oh, you fool, you fool. Miss Darling will kill her and tear her body to shreds.
Miss Starlin, kill Mary?
Miss Darling is not a human being any longer. The enzymes have changed her. She will destroy the girl as a female wasp would destroy her enemies, and then devour the remains.
Then Bill found Mr. Zinthrop's notebook in Cooper's desk. No, there's no mistake. We've got to call the police now.
Now, Mary, you're just getting a little excited. Now, who could possibly want to hurt Mr. Cooper?
I don't know. It's not only Mr. Cooper. What about...
Mary!
I go with you.
I can't wait. I'm going to take the stairs.
Oh, look. Laboratory. She's going to laboratory.
Get up the stairs fast.
Mary! Mary!
Mary.
Well, that's the end of the show, kids. Another Grindhouse Roger Corman classic. And I hope you learned a valuable lesson about life. Trying to stay young forever is a passion a lot of people have. They don't understand that. They actually pump toxic chemicals into their forehead so they don't get frown lines. And they look all smooth and everything. It's like, there's Botox. But it's like a toxin from a blowfish. It's a poison. You're injecting poison into your body. And I was like, this is cool. I have to get rid of my frown lines. I don't get it. Anyway, this is a beautiful cemetery here. We're enjoying ourselves. It's a beautiful day. Hot. Hot here in Southern Maria today. Should not be wearing a jacket, but I'm going to get this over with quick. So anyway, so that's the end of the show. I want a special thanks to Steven and Seminary Community Television for helping me make this show possible. Couldn't have done it without you. I want to say thanks to Crimson Executioner, Cerberus, Sluggo, Pepper Potts, Molly K, the Evil Dr. Toad, Lieutenant Dennis, Freezer Mortis, Sparkly Death, all you guys. I love being a part of that show. I love being a part of your world. I'm just happy to be a horror host and getting recognition after 10 years. It's exciting. It's fun. And doing what I love. Like when I was a kid, I used to watch USA's Up All Night with Rhonda Shear. And I used to watch Monster Vision with Joel Briggs. And I say, I want to do that one day. I want to be a horror host. And after years of trying and failing and trying and failing and this and that, learning who to count on, who not to count on, I come to the realization that this is where I belong. Thank you. Alright, and I'll be back next time with another crazy movie. So in the meantime, sit back and enjoy your life. Don't take anything for granted. Appreciate everything you have. Love your life. Love the people in your life. They're in your life for a reason. It's a beautiful thing. Bye.